right, here we go. I've kicked off recording. It's going to be in the cloud, so we'll have a lower resolution this week, but that's okay. Alternatively, I could record on OBS and stitch everything together, but I'm feeling lazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
But welcome to the new year, people. It's 2020, and what we're doing is we're kind of kicking off some tips for how to get your VCIO program going. And, you know, we really want people to understand that when you kick off a new year, everybody's ready to kind of accept new programs. It's also a good excuse to launch new things like, hey, we have this new program we're doing and we really need to sit down with you and have a strategy session. Can you please sign up in February? And by doing that, you're giving yourself permission to change gears on your customers. They're kind of already prepped for it. They're working with their new budgets. You're working with your new year. And they're like, oh, there is something different coming down. Let's do that. So use this time wisely. I know you got 1,000 things to do because people have just kicked off their budgets and projects with you. But keep in mind that this is the time where you need an excuse. One of the big questions I get asked is, how do I kick off a new program with my clients? It's like, now. Right now is the time to do it.
Yeah,
So,
I would really suggest, some of you maybe a little bit more like me, like to go through a process, to get everything prepped and ready. I would go out there and just launch. I think sometimes we can hold ourselves back too much by not seizing the opportunity and waiting till we get the quote unquote perfect plan together or whatever, and that's just not going to happen. So go ahead and launch it now, and be selective though. You don't necessarily want to run in with a high risk client that you really need to be on your A game with. I would say, if you're not really ready, if you're still putting some pieces together, pick just 1 or 2 or 3 of your good clients, people that you have a good relationship with, that you can go in, you can get some feedback, and you can get up and running, and you'll find that you'll be able to get this thing launched in a success mode much faster than if you hang back and try revision after revision after revision of planning this out. We really want to step out there and just jump in, and we'll help you out. Adam and I are always available for you guys here. So if you get stuck with something and somebody comes up and they says, I really need this, I need it right away, reach out to us. We're glad to help in and pour some resources in there, and we can definitely help you launch that as soon as possible. And remember, a lot of the work, the things that you have questions on, are only going to be visible to you and your team. Your clients are not going to see so much of that. So you'll be able to step out there and be successful in that.
yeah, and that's good, but a great point there. Have confidence. You don't need to have some complicated big 20-step program in place before you can do VCIO. All VCIO is taking a human approach to IT. You're just asking questions and saying, hey, how can we serve you better? What can we do to enhance your business? Do you have any problems coming up? You're just shifting the conversation as a VCIO. And so, if you want to get started, if you want to beta test something for me, reach out at coaching@virtualsview.biz, and I will happily assign you my new course that I've been working on, kind of like an 8-week starter. And what we did was we boiled down the VCIO program to 3 main components. Basically a QBR/strategy session, the technology stack audit, and then the Office 365 audit. Those 3 things take you no time at all to put together, and you can deliver them. Like, if you want to use our templates, just use our template and do it today. And you can walk in with a customer with a really good feel. So you sign up your 3 favorite customers, as Skip said, and sign them up for 4 weeks from now. And then spend your time between then putting together the technical stuff about them and putting together a nice QBR where you're going to talk about their business. And so during that first session, all you have to do is just talk to them about their company. What projects are coming up in 2020? We're trying to align our project portfolio with you. We've been working with you for a long time, or you're a new customer, whatever it is. Just let them know, hey, we just want to line up our project portfolio with your timelines this year. So tell us about major projects that are coming up, and then you can go. Now you have a VCIO program. And if they say, oh man, we want more meetings like that, we want to see more of that, then now you can charge, or now you can tell them that, well, this is included because you're a Class A customer. You can now do your pitch from then on. but get that first meeting started. Use the excitement around the 2020 to get that done. And so, and if you want to be a beta tester for this like little course here, it's not finished yet. I still have quite a few videos to do, but all of the content is there. You know, we have the step-by-step for each week of how to get your program started. And once it's started, you can start adding on all sorts of things that kind of help you out. So those of you who've been with us for a while have seen how we have multiple reports and audits that you can use. We'll just start with these 3, and then when you're ready, add on the next one, or create one for yourself. Add it on, move on, add it on, and just keep stacking on this like Legos and maturing your VCIO program over time. But you can get this kicked off in just a couple weeks. And so that's what we want you to really focus on, is making sure that you're getting your customers excited about switching gears, about taking their program to the next level. Like, we've been break fixing things with you for a while. We're using this new framework to kind of upgrade our abilities and try to get things into a place where we can really, really enhance things. So to kind of help with that, I've had a marketing company working on a lot of things. You guys have seen some of this. And so I just wanted to go over like this humanized IT idea. And so we're putting branding behind this. We're putting like downloadable PDFs behind this. Most of you have already seen the sextant that we have. Well, now we have started developing the framework around it. So when you walk into a customer in a few weeks, you can grab this PDF, you can put your label on it and call it, you know, hey, we use the humanized IT framework. We're kicking this new process off this year, and we want you to be a part of it. And explain to them how it works, how you measure them using a sextant, the strategy, architecture, service, and risk. And we're going to go through this so that we can make sure that we're aligning with your company rather than just fixing your equipment. And by lining up with your company, and here's a case study, we're going to be able to serve you better. And here's how. Like, take this example here. There's a real world case study from Virtual C on how we helped a company using this framework. And so there's all sorts of little fun things that we can do that are going to help out. But when you have the branding available, when we have that thing that is really enhancing their company, the focus is on them rather than their technology. Now you've created an excuse. Now you've launched into a new relationship with your client. And we've had a number of people this week even have talked to me about how they just are having their customers demand this. We need to be more strategic with our technology. How do we get there? And now that we have that demand, and we're seeing that from multiple MSPs where the customers are asking for this, we have materials ready for you. We have fun little branding behind this so that you look different, you feel different than anybody else is going to walk in and say, oh yeah, we have a VCIO program. Me too. And now you're just like, you know what? They have a VCIO program. That's cute. You know what? That in the case study, they had a VCIO program. I was helping out the customer. They had a VCIO. They had checked all the boxes. But when they brought me in, they saved $70,000. They enhanced their school. They brought things to a new level so that now, 3 years later, they're thriving rather than just keeping their heads above water. And it's not all because of me, but it's because multiple things came together and we all aligned and we worked together to create a better school and a better situation that they could all get behind. And that kind of enthusiasm is going to empower them. So that's what we want you guys to have with your customers. Use this January timeframe. You got 2 weeks left in January here to reach out to your customers and launch a program. Get the strategic session on there. If you don't want to do a strategic session, just do a technology stack on it. Grab Skip's template and have him walk you through that, or get on there and start customizing your own template and scoring them so they can see where they stand, and then have a nice QBR with them. I don't know if Skip has anything to add there, but
yeah, most of you, if you've been through any sessions with me, I talk about these 3 layers of service and how much I like that stack because it fits right in the middle. And so, yeah, it's a quick and easy one to go with. We were reviewing it just earlier today with one of our other clients. We're looking at all those projects. and they are really high level. And you know, we had this particular client was looking at those going, you know, I think we might want to make some changes to it, but they're ready to go right now. I mean, they are at a level. Yes, there's always improvement to be made, but I think we've hit a mark on those. There may be some changes you might need to change HP to Dell or something like that. I mean, that's a really easy, you know, search and replace sort of thing. And we can get this out the door right away, and you can start building from here. Because I think once we start that first step, we'll quickly be able to begin to build some momentum. I never have this plan that you're going to do it all at once. All right, we're always talking about a framework that we can put together. And as we get a little bit further down the road, we'll add more pieces to this framework. But we want, you know, we can help you guys understand the bigger picture. But starting, you know, next month, yes, let's just have that one meeting. Let's just launch with that TSA is as good as any template to start with. Fits in the middle, works great in a QBR. You can leverage it if you want to do just strategic, you know, sort of annual plans. If that's the way you want to target, we can put the TSA, we can position it kind of as a subsection that you refer to on an annual basis. So there's a lot of flexibility in how you use those tools. Reach out to us. We can help you put those together. But at the end of the day, launch.
Just start.
Yep.
And it's an iterative process. Don't worry about failing. Don't worry about a false start. Just start. All you have to do to start is call up your customer and tell them that you want to run a strategic session with them to discover how they're running their business in 2020 so you can make things better. That's it. It's not complicated. There are 1,000 components you can add into a VCIO program, but that is the core. That is all you need to start today. So the other thing I want to kind of share with everybody, just to make things quick today, is that we have quarterly VCIO reviews available. So those of you who haven't watched the video yet, a lot of you have, and a lot of you have signed up for them with me. Skip and I are offering once a quarter reviews of your VCIO program and help you set your next steps. This is a new thing that we have for everybody starting in 2020. This is an hour of coaching every quarter that is included in your subscription. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you set a goal. What is your next step this quarter? What do you want to get done before the end of March? And then we're going to meet with you in April and discuss what did you get done and what's your next step? Did you get stuck anywhere? And so these meetings will be on the calendar consistently every 90 days so we can ensure your success. If you want to kind of accelerate this, just send an email to me or to coaching@virtualc.biz and we'll get you signed up. But you should see a link from one of us over the next week or so that's going to say, please sign up for your quarterly VCIO meetings. Do that. It's very valuable. It will keep you on track because otherwise you're going to keep saying, someday I'll get started.
Yep.
Someday I will do this. And that is the enemy of success. Someday is a horrible thing to say. You say, today, January 16th, 2020, I am going to sign up for quarterly meetings. Today, I am going to do this thing. Never say tomorrow. Don't say sometime. Get it scheduled. Get things on your calendar so that they happen. When I was studying for my CISSP like 10 years ago, like, you know, I read through the book, you know, and I went through the things. I went to the boot camp in Orlando. It was great, very exhausting. But I didn't really start studying my flashcards and really start digesting the book until I paid my $800 and set up the test. And then I started taking it seriously because now I had accountability on the line. If I didn't pass this, then that was $800 out of the window. And so I started studying. Same thing with your VCIO program. And the same thing with your quarterly business reviews. You have to set them up now so that you take them seriously. You know they're important. You know your clients want them. You know you're going to lose customers if you don't do these things. So get them scheduled today. Set that out. Put it on the calendar. And then you will be successful. If you don't have time today to schedule things out, schedule time to schedule. I know it sounds crazy, but on a Friday morning at 9 a.m., set it so that I'm going to spend this next hour working on QBRs and how I'm going to deliver them and put an order to my list. That's a step. That's something you're doing. You're now holding yourself accountable. Getting a quarterly VCIO review means that Skip or I are going to call you up and we're going to talk through this. What is it that you want to do? What is your next step? And we're going to hold you accountable, and you will move forward. We have coached a lot of MSPs. We know how this works. We've seen what succeeds, what fails. We can give you that feedback. And now we're just giving you that in our quarterly VCIO reviews. Sign up for them. They're there. They're free for you to use. So can't emphasize that enough. Please use the quarterly VCIO reviews.
The QVRs. I like the naming. You know, I'm always about some sort of catchphrase. And so we have a QVR to keep your QBRs on track.
Definitely. So I was like, oh man, I was making a video one day and I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I restarted the video recording. I said, so we're going to start from QBRs and we're going to do QVRs. Why would you do something different? You're doing these with your customers. Why shouldn't we do these with you? Keep things on track. Give you an example of how a quarterly review works. And you can then take that, enhance that, and learn from that. So that's all I had for everybody this week. Nobody really sent any questions that I can see. And so it's quick and easy this week. It's the new year. Everybody's busy.
They are. Everybody's busy. And if you wait until you have time, you know, you're going to wait too long. And I know we've done this many times. We always seem to be really busy in the summer as well, as clients are coming around going, hey, we really need to get this program started. Well, once we dig into the conversations, we realize, you know, they kicked this off back in January, but it's now June and they're realizing they didn't get anything done. So it becomes a big frantic at that point, and we'd love to help you guys out before it gets frantic. So yeah, let's launch now.
All right, guys. If you have any questions, reach out to us, coaching@virtually.biz, and we'll see you all next week.
Sounds great.